Hi, this is Mary from Blue Moon Gardens. I'm on my own this morning. Today I'm going to talk to you about harvesting vegetables. So it's mid-May here in Northeast Texas, and a lot of my cool season vegetables are ready to harvest because they're done. Yeah, I had a customer call me the other day and he said, well, I bought a lettuce from you. At least I think it was a lettuce, but now it's getting all tall and it's starting to flower. So I think it's something besides lettuce. So he sent me a photo. I said, no, it is lettuce. So he had romaine, which is kind of what I have. But it does that. When it's the end of its life, it'll shoot up. It's called bolting when it does that. It'll flower and then it will set seed. If you let it get that far, it's going to be too bitter and you're not going to like the flavor of it. So as soon as it starts getting taller, you need to harvest it and get it out of there and get ready for your warm season crops to fill in that space. So as you see, my romaine lettuce is starting to bolt too, so I'm going to take that up today. So I think I'll talk to you about tools, because when you're gardening, I think it's really nice to have the proper tools. It makes your life so much easier. So I always wear gloves, mainly because I don't like getting dirt under my fingernails, even though good gardeners are supposed to just love that. And I do like digging in the dirt, but I don't like digging the dirt out of my fingernails. So I like to wear gloves, and if you use tools, it'll help you from blistering too. So I like these gloves that are knit and they have nitrile palms on them. So it's kind of a sticky substance and it's very flexible, but it helps you pick up things that are small, and you can do nimble little things with them. And they're not, grabs things. It's got some, I don't know what to say, texture. Yeah. So you're not just sliding around like a lot of those cheap cloth gloves will do. I also think it's nice to have proper working tools. So today I'm going to be digging my potatoes. So I have a potato fork, aptly named potato fork. And because I have raised beds, I don't want something with a very long handle because it's hard to deal with. Now if your garden is in the ground, you may want something with a little bit longer handle than this. But since I'm going to be working up a little bit, I wanted something that had a shorter handle. So I really like forks like this. I like a fork, a three-pronged fork that's crooked like this. I don't remember what that thing's called, but I like that for cultivating in my garden and taking out weeds. And a good shovel. You really have to have a good shovel. And there's a lot of personal preference about this. I personally like a spade, the kind that's got a point on the end of it, a big thing and then a point. Some people like a flat-bottomed one, which if you dig a lot, that's a good one. I think that's called a balling shovel, because that's how they ball and burlap trees and shrubs. And then Chris, who works for us, she really likes a sharpshooter, which is a shovel that has a really thin, very long blade on it. And it's usually got a short handle like this too. But I like a longer handle because you can get more leverage. So if you're short like me, having a longer handle gives you more leverage and helps you work better. So when you go out to your garden to harvest, you need to have something to carry your harvest in with. And you want to do it first thing in the morning. So it's before 9 o'clock here now. And it's a nice cloudy, cool day, which is really good, because that's when the starches and sugars are up in your plant then. So it's going to taste fresher and it's going to be sweeter no matter what it is you're harvesting. So go out early in the morning to do that. Take something with you to put your harvest in. At my house, I have a really cute little English trug. I love it. It's a very shallow basket with a handle, but I don't have that here. So I am using one of our bulb crates, which we keep a lot of because they are very handy for a lot of things. So that's what I use. And actually, as much as I like harvesting my vegetables, I really hate the cleaning the vegetable part. That is probably my least favorite part of vegetable gardening, is the cleaning the things once you get them in. Because we have a huge garden, so I have lots to do at a time. If you just have a little bit at a time, it's not so bad. So this, I believe, was romaine lettuce. So since it's bolting already, I'm just going to pull it all the way up. And since I paid for this expensive soil in this pot, I'm going to try to keep as much of it as I can there. So now when I harvest during the season before it's ready, I just take off the bottom outside leaves and eat them and leave the center part to keep growing. But it's over now, so I'm just going to take the whole thing and I'm going to throw it in my crate. So this is easy. And you see I have very nice soil. Now, I also planted some purple potatoes here. They're kind of hiding behind my tomato that I put in there. So here's my potatoes. They're starting to get a little yellow, and that's a good sign that they are ready. So this is what I'm going to use my potato for. Because, I don't know if you've ever grown potatoes before, but what happens is you get lots of potatoes growing on those roots. So you want to make sure, if you use a shovel, you tend to cut into the potatoes a lot. But this fork works around them. And you see, I have lots of potatoes. Oh, I'm so excited. I love these purple potatoes. So I'm just going to keep digging around until I think I find them all. And I'm disturbing my tomato here, so I'm probably going to have to replant it when I'm through doing all this. None of my potatoes stayed on that plant, but here they are in the dirt here. Another thing I think is important for vegetable gardening is to have enough structure to help your plants grow. I put this in here because I was going to do English peas, and actually I did do snap peas. They didn't get very big. I had terrible luck with my peas this year. I don't know if it rained too much or if I had old seed, because I do save my seed from year to year, keep it in the refrigerator. But yeah, I had very, very bad luck with my peas this year, so I hardly got any. So I'm going to pull that up, and I'm going to put green beans in here instead because they can stand hot weather more. But if you grow tomatoes, I'm going to have to get something to, even though this is a bush tomato, one that's grown to be small and put in a pot, I'm still going to put something around it to hold it up. And I think tomato cages are not strong enough for most tomatoes. Because here in Texas, our tomatoes will grow, especially if you grow heirlooms, can grow like 8 or 9 feet tall. So if you have even a large 4-foot tomato cage, they're going to grow up. And then they're going to grow down the outside, and they're still going to be all over the ground. So I like to use heavy poles and just tie mine to the poles too. Another potato here. Yeah, see, I got little ones, and I have some pretty big ones too. So I think I planted what I thought was going to be 3 potato plants. I used 3 sections of seed potatoes. And I probably just got about 15 to 20 potatoes to eat out of those. So you get a good return on your money for that. Okay, so what I'll put in here now are things that grow well in a Texas summer, which is okra, peppers. I don't do squash because they take up too much space in a little pot like this. You can do eggplant. Sharon laughed at me before because I love to grow eggplant, but then I never know what to do with it, so I hardly ever use it. What else? Southern peas. And also, I think what I may do in here is peanuts, because you just go and you buy raw peanuts at the store, and you plant them individually in here, and they make a really attractive cover crop. And peanuts are legumes, so they capture nitrogen and put nitrogen into your soil, so that's a good thing. So it helps fortify your soil, too. Now I'm going to come over here so I can give you a close-up of my strawberries because they are doing great. This is a variety we like called Chandler. Now I hope I don't drop actually Sharon's phone here. They're starting to spread out, so I'm going to let those strawberries have a lot of space in there, and so that they will spread, and then I can harvest all the little babies in the fall and move them around and have a much bigger strawberry patch than that. So, thanks for joining me today, and enjoy your harvest.